So we finally found out what this big favor was that CM Punk wanted from Paul Heyman. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you think this favor is underwhelming or do you think it makes the most sense and they did this right? Now, before we get into all that, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Let's get into this. Now, before I talk about that part, I just want to kind of rush through and kind of quickly summarize what we saw tonight on SmackDown in regards to CM Punk, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and the whole favor. So in the beginning of the show, Paul Heyman is begging CM Punk, hey man, can you please tell me what this favor is, man? I'm getting tired of waiting. Just let me know. And CM Punk says, you know what? I'm going to let you know what that favor is tonight. But when your boy, Tribal Chief, when he gets here, let me know, then I'll let you know. Because I'd rather say it in front of his face because he's going to get affected by this favor as well, which is very respectful, right? You know, why talk behind somebody's back? Why not have all parties that's going to get affected by this favor be in attendance and have us talk about it? I think that's very respectable and very honorable. But Paul Heyman, poor Paul Heyman, bro, has been going through it ever since he's been the wise man of Roman Reigns. And in that moment, I know exactly how he feels. I think we all can relate. You know, when you're a girl or whoever you're dating or someone that's close to you say, hey, I'm going through something or we need to talk. And they don't tell you what it is when you feel like they have every opportunity to do it and they trying to save it to later. I'm telling you, in those moments, I'm sure most of you guys are going through it like, bro, what could this be? I hope it's not what I think it is. And I'm sure that's what Paul Heyman was going throughout the show. As at another point of the show, you see on the top of the ramp outside the Allstate Arena in Chicago, you see headlights on a SUV. Salute Chicago, love my city. You see the SUV coming down. Paul Heyman assumes that it's Roman Reigns. Oh my God, my tribal chief is finally here. Come to find out, it is Seth Rollins out of the vehicle with glasses that look like Apple Vision Pros, and Paul Heyman is like crying. He's going crazy because he's scared because in his heart of hearts, he knows what this favor is going to be, and he's afraid of how Roman Reigns is going to react to the situation. Now, Seth Rollins, being the sicko that he is making a joke of the whole situation, wiping the tears off of Paul Heyman's eyes and saying that I want to be there in attendance to see it up close in person. You gotta be that is some petty stuff. Now, further on down the show, at the end of the show, we see another set of headlights at the top of the ramp, once again outside of the Allstate Arena, but this time around, it is actually the tribal chief himself. It is Roman Reigns. Now, the interesting thing about this part is, as opposed to taking 2 hours and 45 minutes to walk down the ramp to his theme song, Roman Reigns speeds through, walks past the wise men as if he never met him, like he doesn't even know him, and rushes out to the ring. Picks up the microphone, starts to cut a promo, greets the people in Chicago, and basically asks CM Punk to come out because he wants to get this favorite thing over with. But instead of CM Punk, he gets the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins coming out there and having a conversation with Roman Reigns about loyalty and all these different things, making references to the Shield moment and things like that. And talking about how Roman Reigns is not connected in reality, and once he steps into the world of reality, it kicks him in the butt. But in his mind, he separates himself and thinks he's better than other people, which we all can agree with that. At the end of Seth Rollins' promo, he holds the microphone to the side, basically summoning CM Punk, and CM Punk eventually comes out to the ring. Now, in the conversation with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, he talks about a time that he was going to get fired and Paul Heyman actually saved his job. And there was a point in time where he was on a bus with RVD and another person, and Paul Heyman told CM Punk, once you become a main eventer and when you get into the main event at WrestleMania, you got to make them feel us. That's basically what he said. Pause. And CM Punk said, yeah, I'm gonna hold him to that. And because those people are not here anymore, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to make you feel it. And he's referring to Roman Reigns. And the favor was that Paul Heyman will be in the corner of CM Punk as opposed to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think many of us already assumed that this was going to be the case. I thought this was going to be the case months ago. I thought it was either going to be this or that Paul Heyman was going to induct CM Punk in the Hall of Fame in the future. But I mean, I guess you don't really need a favor to do that. I'm assuming that Paul Heyman would actually do that anyway. But that's what the favor was at this point. And Roman Reigns did not take this seriously. The guy started laughing. He told Paul Heyman, tell this guy, let him down lightly. Tell him I said no. He's laughing. And you look at Paul Heyman, He don't think anything's funny at all. This guy is stressed out. He like, bro, is my therapist up right now? Is it too late at night to call? He looked stressed out, bro. He looked scared. He was crying. He was shaking. And when Roman Reigns told him, tell them I said no. Tell him I said no. And Paul Heyman picks up the microphone and says, no, my tribal chief, I can't. And Roman Reigns looks furious. He looks upset. He gets in the face of Paul Heyman. CM Punk attacks Roman Reigns and then picks him up, hits him with the GTS, and that is pretty much the end of the show. So come to find out, that is what favorite. And by the way, Seth Rollins was sitting there laughing the entire time. This guy is crazy, but you gotta love Seth Rollins, man. He's extremely entertaining, no matter what I say about his outfits. But at the end of the day, that was the favorite. Now, if you ask me, if this favor was underwhelming or not, because it has something to do with WrestleMania, you would assume it would be something a little bit more. But when you think about what people thought this was going to be, this makes the most sense the way that they went. Because some people thought that this favor would be somehow to get CM Punk into the main event at WrestleMania. I don't know how, I don't even know how Paul Heyman, and I felt like this way at the time. I don't know how Paul Heyman would be able to get CM Punk into the main event when he's not a manager of either brand or not even Triple H himself, unless Nick Aldis or the manager of Raw, his name escapes me. I don't know why. It's late at night. Either one of them owed him a favor, and then that would be his exchange, I guess. That's the only way that he can do it. Adam Pearce, I mean, or Triple H owed him a favor, but I feel like that would be a little too extreme. The other thing, people thought that, well, maybe this favor will be CM Punk. If he wins the match against Roman Reigns, he'll be able to get into the match with with Cody Rhodes and with John Cena, which personally for me, the way that this feud between Cody Rhodes and John Cena is going, we don't need to insert him into that match. We don't need another triple threat match. I was kind of thinking that would be the case too as well in the past. But after I thought about it, after making a video, we got too many. This is multi-mania. There's too many multi-man matches. We got 2 triple threats, 3 triple threats, like multiple triple. Like it's just too many multi-man matches. We need some singles matches in this WrestleMania as well. So having Paul Heyman decide to side with CM Punk, I think that was a great idea. And the reason why is because this is something that Paul Heyman absolutely can control. He doesn't have to go out the way and make GMs or managers do something for this. But at the same time, this is a great strategy on the end of CM Punk, right? To put Roman Reigns in a particular position to make him uncomfortable, to make him actually have a main event at WrestleMania without the wise man being by his side. Right. And now that creates a friction between CM Punk and Roman Reigns because prior to this, they didn't really have that much of a problem. This was going to be a triple threat match where both of these men both hated Seth Rollins. So it would have been easy to probably predict that Seth Rollins could win because both men would hate him so much that they wouldn't focus on one another and that could ruin things. But now he has an issue with CM Punk, and CM Punk has an issue with Roman getting into the face of his best friend and the wise man, and Roman having the wise man take away from him has an issue with CM Punk. So now all 3 men have an issue with each other, and it makes the finish of this match a lot more unpredictable at this moment. And I think that was smart. It was a great strategy by CM Punk, great writing by the team at WWE. And I think this was actually a pretty good idea. I'm glad it wasn't anything so crazy, something that was like big, like switching him into the main event. And it would have been just too much. It would have made Paul Heyman look like he had too much power. But this was a great decision in my personal opinion. So how do you guys feel? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you feel like this favor was underwhelming? Do you think it was just right? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute, peace. Have a great day.